Hope you are doing well. You have had a nice weekend.
Yeah, I relaxed. Thank you. Yeah.
So good.
uh, yeah, I just send you I connected to the email two verses. I don't know whether you have received. I don't know whether you can find them.
Okay, take it down. Just
Yeah.
wait for a moment. Okay,
Mhm.
I will do it.
Okay. If you can put them. Uh,
Yeah. Verses.
okay. Thank you. Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so we will go ahead with the verses you sent to me.
Yeah, extra verses I have sent to you just now, few minutes ago.
Okay. Okay. No worries. I will share the screen with all of us.
Okay. All right. Now we have to start again. Uh, I have got a question in the sense, yeah, that's the one. So you got that
Hmm.
one. Yeah, we can start with that, then we can come to the last one later. Yeah.
Question, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
question about the
Yeah.
Mahayana sutra, the verse, the second verse, right? Sutra, the verse.
Okay. Okay, you can ask the question. Yeah. Good.
Mm.
Bahudeva Manusha. That's the question. Question of the sutra. That particular monk asked this particular question. So you got some sort of a clarification about that question, isn't it?
Yes, very interesting. But then I didn't finish it. Yeah, I will send you email
Okay.
and also some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also see some. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, our members, the members send you some greetings as well. I will send to you together. And one more thing, invitation later, because there is a celebration. Yeah, no worries about that. I will send the emails, 3 emails. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for that. Okay. Now we'll start from the beginning this particular sutra because this is a very interesting and important sutra.
Okay.
Maha Mangala Sutra. Maha Mangala. Mangala means you can become the fortunate person in the world. That is what it means. To
What
become
does it mean? Sorry, Mangala?
is to become the most fortunate person
Oh. Oh,
in the
yes.
world. To become the most fortunate person in the world.
Yeah.
But if you, the point is the last, I have not put the last verse. I don't know whether you have heard about this. Last verse is Eta Disana Katpana. I don't know whether you have heard about that. The last verse of Mahamangala Sutra. Eta Disana Katpana is not here. I didn't send that
Mm.
yet. I will send that
Okay.
later. So I'm just mentioning that
Mm.
because where the starting point, where the ending point. That's what, just to highlight that, to elaborate that, I thought of saying that where Buddha is going to take this person in this sutra, finally. Now, if you look at the Karaniya Metta Sutra, you have heard about Karaniya Metta Sutra? Have you heard about that?
You mean this one?
Oh no,
You
there's
send that
another one, three
this
famous
one?
sutra. Mahamangala Sutra, Karaniya Metta Sutra, and Ratana Sutra. There are three very important sutras. So this is Mahamangala Sutra. There are other two sutras as well to go with this. Uh, because you mentioned about this, I thought of bringing that day you said Mahamangala Sutra. So that's the reason why we are discussing that now. Okay, so don't worry about that. The lastly, what Buddha says is, if you go along these 12, there are 12 verses. The instructions are given in the 12 verses. The 12th verse says that person will achieve that particular level where the karma is totally eradicated. There is no karma in the system. Finally, if you go along this sutra means if you go along the instruction provided by this sutra, then you become a person rejected by the universe. The world will reject you. Why? Why the world is rejecting Buddha said? Because you have no karma. If you have no karma, the entire world will reject you. Can you understand that?
Could you repeat that?
Now, if I want to survive in this world, I
Mm-hmm.
need I need karma to associate with things. I need karma.
Exactly.
If I have no karma, there is no place in this world for me. Can you understand it?
If there is no karma, and then
If I have no karma whatsoever, if I have no karma at all, what
mm,
am I going to do in this world?
yeah, good question. So how about the Arhan doing?
Yeah,
So
the Buddha
does the
says,
Arhan has the
yeah,
karma?
yeah, karma. You know the karma, the very first thing that we learn? Kama, tanna, rati, raga, lobha, desa, moha, matchari, krodha, vaira, the 10 defilements. The starting point is karma. If somebody hasn't got karma in the system, how the world is going to treat that person? Can you think about it? How the world is going to treat a person who is living in this world without karma?
Without karma. Mm. The world, how does the world treat that kind of person?
That is what we are trying to aim for in this Buddha's teachings, to go to that level where we
Ah,
have no karma. So we are not suffering. So if we are not suffering, if you have no karma, we have nothing to do in this world. So you have got two options. You can
mm-hmm.
live in this world without karma, number one. Number two is you can go away from this world. That is Nibbana.
Go away from this world.
Yeah, you can decide when to go. So that is called the Mahaparinibbana of Buddha.
Ah,
Buddha said
uh-huh.
at the age of 80 to Ananda. Yeah, at the age of 80 to Ananda, Buddha said, Ananda, I'm going to go out from this world. I'm going to close my eyes. So it's a way of, you have got the option to leave this life, but it's not like suiciding. It's coming to a certain dhyana. It's called the dhyana, to a certain stage where the whole world will reject you. So the world rejects you rejects the world rejects you. That's the point where Buddha goes to Nibbana. That is how Buddha attained the Nibbana. So this sutra tells that particular monk to go up to that point and either live without karma or go from this world. So two options are there. An eternal truth, eternal, happiness. That means no more lives hereafter. That is what the sutra says. If you examine this sutra carefully. Okay? So by aiming that, let us read through this sutra, how Buddha is asking us, if anybody likes to go along that path. Of course, we don't want to come back to any type of living, because every living has to suffer, every living has sorrow, every living being has unsatisfactoriness. So we just live for the sake of living, but without suffering, we can't live in this world. Can you understand that what I'm talking about? So
Mm,
objective is objective is to leave this world one day
mm,
without coming back. That is the whole aim of Buddha's teachings. That is what Buddha did. But one thing is sure, that energy of the Buddha is in the space, in the universe. That
Yeah. In the
that
universe.
that
Yes. In
that
the.
that that energy has spread all over the universe, but Buddha is not living. We'll come to that, as an interesting point to talk later on. I'll explain that as much as I can, the way I look at it. And the way we came to this world, why we came to this world, those are the questions a lot of people are asking. How we came to this world at the beginning as a human being, when? That's a good question, isn't it?
What kind of question?
Question is how we came to this world.
Yeah.
Not
Always.
now, not this life. The very first life, how we came to this world. Somebody can ask that question. And why
Exactly.
we came to this world? What for? There are so many questions that you can raise. But anyway, we'll go to these things first. Don't worry about that yet. As you come along, you will understand little by little. Then you can, concentrate on those lines. Okay?
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now this one. So we went to the very first one last time. Uh, the question asked by this particular monk who came to meet the Buddha. So we know the question. Question is, I was so proud. I was overwhelmingly proud and overjoyful about the things that I achieved. So that became a hindrance. I couldn't go any further in my life. How can I rectify that situation, Buddha? That is the question asked.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Then the uh, Buddha's answer, the answer with 11, I think 11 or 10. 11 or 10 verses. Through 11 or 10 verses, Buddha explained or Buddha answered this question. But it's something where we all should know because we strive hard. We cannot go further because something is there to obstruct us. We'll get attached to our parents or our children or our, health, wealth, or our, something is not allowing us to go along this path. Some at a certain point, it has it may be not a big issue, but maybe a small issue. So this part is very important. Or this Mahamangala Sutra is very important. So this is specially preached to a monk who got stuck at a certain point while going along this particular teachings of the Buddha to achieve the Nibbana. Nibbana is you're not coming back to this world anymore. All right.
Yeah.
Now, now when I read this one on the screen, definitely you come across the terms, some of the terms. So the very first verse was we discussed last time was, you can remember, I believe, the don't associate with asevanacha balana panditanancha sevana pujacha pujaniyanam etam mangala muttama. So that's the very first verse given by Buddha when answering this question. Asevanacha bala, don't associate with bad actions. Kama, tanna, rati, raga. Not this one. I'm not talking about this yet. Kama, tanna, rati, raga, lobha, desa, moha, macharya, krodha, vaira. 5 hindrances and so on and so forth. That's what we learned last time. Can you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Associate with the wholesome actions like 10 wholesome actions, dana, sila, bhavana, pattidana, pattanumodana. I had to repeat that because throughout this sutra, Mahamangala Sutra, here and there you get all these terms. So that's why I'm repeating that. That's the
Mm.
reason I'm repeating that, so that we can bring those things as we go along. Whenever we need to bring them. Okay, so Dana Sila Bhavana, Pattidana, Pattanumodana, Veyyava, Chapachayana, Desana, Sravana, Dittiju. So to get the things straight. Ju means no sway. It's not going this way or that way. It's steady and firm. That determine situation. I'm not going to go any direction. I'm going to go along this direction. Dana, Sila, Bhavana, Patdana, Pattanumodana, Vijayavacha, Apachayana, Desana, Saravana, the Dittiju. That is what we learn. So if you go to the perfection, Danang, Silancha, Nikkammang, Panya, Virya, Kanti, Satcha, Adittana, Mettu, Pekka. So it's 10 there, 10 here. These are all going together. Although the terms or sounds are a bit different, but they are going together, and these perfections are pretty strong, but the wholesome actions are giving some sort of push or some sort of training or some sort of skill to develop before going to the perfections. That is what we say. Then Buddha would have done only one set, but Buddha gave two sets. Why? One set to get the things right, get the things straight. Second set, I'm talking about the 10 items. First set is with the wholesome action. Second set is with the perfections. I believe you can follow that, what I said. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, all right, we'll go to today's one. Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. Desa Vasocha. Ubbecha Katya Punyata. Atta Samma Panidita. Etam Mangala Muttamang. Now see, Etam Mangala Muttamang is, they are those three sounds. Etam Mangala Muttamang is carries in every verse at the end. Can you understand that?
Mm, mm.
If you look at the previous ones, you get Etam Mangala Muttamang.
Ah.
The last one is in every verse.
Ah.
Every verse Buddha says Etam Mangala Muttamang. This is the Mahamangala Sutra.
Why is it?
Why is that? Because every practice you do is
Ah.
the best that you can do in life.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the question. Now see, this one is the question. It doesn't have. Go back to where we gave last time, last time one. Yeah, that is there in the last time one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we go to
Hey,
Upayanata
Dawati.
Balana. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So it's there. Okay. So you can,
Okay.
as we go along, I'll give you the other ones one by one. Then you can see you can examine each and every verse has got these three sounds at the end. Now see this one.
Alright.
Sevana cha
Yeah.
bhavana, Panditanam cha sevana. So this one has got Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. So that means we are living in a world where a lot of Rupa are there. All
Yes.
Rupa. We discussed this at the beginning. Pati
At the
Rupa
beginning.
Desa Vasocha. So we have to associate and react. Pati. Rupa. Outside figurines of the objects and other things. Vasocha. So we have to live with them. But they bring what? Sorrowfulness. So if you look at the very first part, Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. Desa Vasocha. Now let
Hero.
us examine this because we should not go fast. So I don't want to
Mm.
go fast so that you get confused. So now
Okay.
the question is why Buddha said this to that person? That's my question. So we have to examine that. We can't just accept that. Why Buddha said this? Then only we can see the
Mm.
Buddha's intelligence or the uh, omniscience.
Yeah.
So,
Sense.
Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. Why Buddha said this? Is that related to that question raised by that monk? That is how you examine. If the explanation here is not in par with the question, then this translation is completely wrong. You with me?
Just now I just now I followed the source. Sorry.
Okay. Now you have got a question, right?
Mm.
You answer the question. If the answer is not tallying with the question, can you accept that answer?
No.
No. You have to reject that. So no matter who writes the answer, as Buddha said in any book, if it is not tallying with the question, you have to reject it, whether we like it or not. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
So when you are reading a book on
Mm.
Maha Mangala Sutra, any book of anybody, just
Mm.
just check whether the answers are or translations are tallying with the question or goes with the question.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Now the question is, okay, let us examine why that question and why that monk got stuck there. So the monk was enjoying the proudness up to that point,
Yes.
joyfulness. So what was that? That has to do with some sort of a rupa. Struggle.
Yeah.
That person is struggling with rupa to reject.
Yes.
That's why Buddha mentioned here, if you stick to that, you are in trouble. Try to get rid of that. So you have come along a good distance. So Buddha is telling to the person concerned, you have come along that particular path to a greater distance, but you got stuck. Why? You are associating those things. What are these?
Oh,
You are
yes.
associating with proudness. Proudness is a rupa. It's a fictitious rupa.
Fictitious Ruba. Yeah.
So, the fake rupa is bringing the proudness. For example, I'll give you an example. So if I say to myself, I have got this much of wealth or this many houses, and if I'm proud of that, how the proudness came to me. I'm holding on to the rupa of those houses. I can't
Hmm.
hold all houses like that with my two hands.
Yes. Yes. How
So
could it be?
here the proudness for something is to do with rupa. That's why Buddha specifically stressed here, don't rely on that rupas. So we have to remember that. So Buddha is reminding or recalling and asking that person to remember this. If one lives by associating and reacting with the figurines of omens of the world resources, then that person is certainly undergoing sorrowfulness by fearful suffering. That is the translation I have given. So I believe it tallies with the situation where this monk has got stuck. So some other person can write a better sentence than this to get the same meaning or better meaning. I don't know. So according to my knowledge, my thinking, this is what I can write.
Yeah, it's very simple, and
Yeah,
I
make it very
admire
simple to
you. Yeah,
understand. So
yeah, yeah.
generally,
Easy to
yeah,
understand.
yeah. Uh, so I simplified as much as I can because it's not an it's not an examination to show that you know about English very well or something like that. No, our
No, no.
intention is to send the message across
Yeah.
very simply so that the listener can listen. Yeah,
Yes, yes. Very, very. I think yeah, in that your explanation is very simple and very clear.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you can add to that. Yeah. So that's the message. Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. So, so this is what is happening. So please leave that alone. Buddha is telling to this particular monk. Please
Mm.
leave that alone. Make use of this particular message and try to get rid of that, please. So Buddha is going on further. Pubbecha kata punyata. Pubbecha kata punyata. So that's the next one.
Mm.
Practice regularly to refrain from repetitively ramming on prevailing thoughts and also, okay, we'll stop there. Practice regularly. What Buddha is telling, because of this rupa, that person is repetitively thinking those proudness, which is coming as rupa into the system repetitively. To get that thing right, bring your intelligence that you have gained from the practice so far. Buddha is asking the person to bring back the practice that person has got so far. Okay, so that's not the
Yeah.
one you have to go to the one. This is no, this is not the one we are talking about. You have to go back to the one Atirupa Desa Vasocha. So you have to go to that backwards. Okay, one on the screen is not the one I'm looking for. Please, can you move up?
Up to what?
The not this verse, the previous verse. Yeah, that's the one. That's where we are. We are still here. We're not finished. So very first one says Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. We'll go to the beginning. Okay.
Mm.
So I want you to follow this very carefully and slowly. I don't want to rush. It's a sutra.
Yes.
Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. Socha is soka, that is sorrow. Whenever you see that term soka, that is sorrowfulness. Buddha has said in many, many sutras about soka. Soka parideva. Now see, when I say soka, right, I'm still here. Can you remember I said in Paticca samuppada. Avidya paccaya, sankara paccaya, vijnana paccaya, namarupa paccaya, salayatana paccaya, passa paccaya. Now see, when I'm reading these things, when I'm recalling these ones, paticca samuppada, you can hear the word soka. Okay? Okay, I'm going to go through that. Avidya paccaya,
Which one?
sankara,
Which one?
soka,
Five thoughts.
soka.
Sova.
Yeah, first one. Yeah, that's soka. So see whether you can hear this sound. Soka. It's a sound. Okay?
Yeah.
In Paticca Avidya Patya Sankara? No. Sankara Patya Vijnana? No. No. So we won't get that sound. Avidya Patya Sankara Patya Vijnana Patya Namarupa Patya Salayatana Patya Passo. Passa Patya Vedana Patya Tanna. I'll give you the right point position. Then if you go along that, Padana Patya Bhava Patya Jati Jara Vyadi Marana Soka Paride. Soka.
Oh.
Okay, they same soka here. Soka parideva. They are what we said. Soka parideva means that unhappiness or sorrow will is going to spread through the entire system, entire body and the mind and everywhere. So that is how we explain that. Soka. Soka is a word comes in the Paticca Samuppada, the same sound, same meaning, no difference. Buddha brought to this particular sutra as well. Can you understand that? So same word, same sound, same meaning. Soka. So when you are translating, if you are use their soka parideva, dukkha domana supayasa sambhavanti tassa kevalasa dukkha skandha, then you have to bring here also the same meaning, same sound, same meaning. So Buddha has not confused us by telling one thing there and something here. All right?
Yeah.
So clearly mentioned. Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. So Buddha is instructing to this particular person who came in the midnight, bringing this question, saying that you are attached to these rupas and suffering, that proudness has come through rupa. Go back to that and eradicate that particular binding. It's a strong binding. Proudness is a strong binding with the system through a rupa. Can you follow me?
No. Sorry.
That's all right. Now see, now we are suffering due to what we learned at the beginning.
Yeah.
Attachment. So we said
Attachment.
Kama, Tanna, Rati, Raga. We can't forget those things. Kama, Tanna,
No.
Rati, Raga, Lobha, Desa, Moha, Machari, Krodha, Vaya. So that means if you attach to something, you suffer. You can't go to the towards the serenity. You can't go towards the calmness. You can't go towards the peacefulness because we get stuck there. So this person
Yes.
has got stuck due to because he's experienced soka, but he thinks his proudness is okay, but the proudness gives back another reaction.
Hmm.
And a reaction is soka, sorrow is given by the proudness, but that person couldn't feel it, that person couldn't see it. That's why Buddha says patirupa desa vasocha. So your proudness has come through rupa. Because of that you are suffering. That's why you can't go forward. That's what Buddha is pointing out here. That particular monk who who got stuck there due to proudness and overjoyfulness about what he has achieved at that particular point.
Yeah.
Now you can understand.
Yeah.
The Buddha is instructing in the next part, Pubbecha Kata Punyata. Bring your knowledge or the abilities and the skill that you have developed so far. Use that abilities and the skills and the knowledge to get rid of that soka, get rid of that rupa, which are related to that proudness and so on and so forth. That is what Buddha is asking in this part, because
Oh.
that has to be eradicated before go any further. Because what is the destination is Nibbana. So you can't go to Nibbana when you get stuck here. So Buddha is asking to get rid of that. Then I'll tell you what to do next. Something like that. That is how Buddha has instructed. So it's Patirupa Desa Vasocha Pubbeta Kata Punyata. Atta Samma Panidita. Atta means that is how you get your calmness. That is how you bring calmness into your system. Atta is calmness. Atta, calmness. So if you have got stuck due to proudness, or some proudness is an attachment. Can you understand that? So if I'm
Yes,
proud, it's
yes.
an attachment.
So is it possible for you to illustrate it? So proudness is what kind of attachment? Why?
Yeah. Now see, proudness due to what I have achieved so far. So what I have achieved so far is I have got rid of this, that. All these rupa are coming now and telling you you have got rid of this, you have got rid of that, you have got rid of that. You can be proud of that. Then who is telling that? All the rupas telling you. So now see, this is a very tricky situation, because when you got rid of something, you have to forget about it. You can't bring it back and say to yourself, I got rid of that particular attachment. Then you get attached to that again. Can you understand?
Yes.
Now see, say I got rid of the attachment to my car. Okay? So if I meet somebody, if I say to somebody, I got rid of that attachment to my car, then I am attached to that because I am remembering. Because when you got rid of the attachment, you have to throw it from your mind. No more thinking, no more reactions, no more
Mention
association,
it.
no more
Mention it.
association. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So here the same thing. The Buddha is so intelligent. Buddha can see all these things through the Buddha's mind, which is amazing, unbelievable. So now see, you can imagine Buddha never got these things from a book. When the question asks, the answer comes straight from the mind. Can you understand that? So that's the difference between Buddha
Yes.
and
Totally.
yeah. So Buddha said, Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha Pubbeta Kata Punyata. Do all the actions now using your knowledge and the intelligence or whatever you have got, your practice, your skill development, through your skill development so far that you have come up to this particular level, get rid of that part which is giving you proudness or the overjoyfulness. So that person has to examine what are the things giving that overjoy. So that person knows, because he's not a beginner. He has gone to that level. Now see, Buddha is giving instructions to various people in various ways. Now see, when Buddha saw this uh, Sopaka, who was cleaning he's a cleaner. Okay, Sopaka is a cleaner. So the Buddha's teaching to him is entirely different to the instruction given to this particular monk, because monk is at a higher level than Sopaka. So Sopaka is going to get more information, and also Angulimala, who was killing so many people, as I said, 999 people killed. So when he met the Buddha gave different instructions. Reduce your speed, stop that speed, which is too high. So it is entirely different to these particular instructions. Okay? Can you follow me now?
Yes.
So what Buddha says is Atta Samma Panidita. So that is the best thing that you should do. Panidita, utilizing your intellectuality. Gain so far. So use that. Now see, I can give example here. Now when we are doing an exam, what are we here? What are we going to use when we are doing the exam? Say you are doing the year 10 exam. What are you utilizing or using to do the year 10 exam? The things that you have studied from your small age, from the kindergarten up to year 9, the knowledge that we have acquired is used to do that exam. Is that right?
Yeah.
You need everything that you have got, your way of thinking, your behavioral pattern, everything counts. And the way you read books, the way you understood the things, the way you understand from the teachers, everything counts to do the year 10 exam. You're not just looking at what you have studied for the year 10 at that year. No, everything that you have accumulated through your small age up to that point is used. Similarly, Buddha is requesting this particular person, please use the abilities that you have acquired so far to come up to this particular level
Yes.
where he got stuck, the proudness, becoming proud. So, up to there, what you have acquired or gained in your life must be used to do what? Simply go back to the fundamentals. Fundamentals are to get rid of the rupa, pati rupa. If I go back to the first line again, pati rupa desa vasocha. Don't allow the rupa which are connected to this proudness to come and make you to suffer. So don't rely on that. Then gradually that person is thinking about it, looking at it, and doesn't create any more thoughts. So he's realizing where it has got stuck. So when you realize you have made a mistake, you say to yourself, I'm not going to do that mistake again. So something like that comes into his system, to his mind. So what happens then? It will die out little by little. Whenever that comes, he knows it brings suffering. So if get stuck, I can't go along this path anymore. So therefore I should ignore that. So he will find any strategy to get rid of that. The best strategy is don't do anything, just observe. Buddha says if there's a problem, just observe. Keep on looking at it several times. That is what you have to do as a repetition. Keep on looking at that, not to keep on escalating that. I like it, I like it, I like it. Then you escalate. If you observe, then it has to go because it's a troublemaker. So you observe, you're looking at it. These are troublemaker. If you look at that in that angle, it can't stay there. It has to move. It has to go. That is the method Buddha has instructed for us to at the beginning. There are so many methods, but this is a simple one.
Yes.
Bringing when it goes 10% gone, 90% is still there, that proudness. So you look at the 10% that you have gained and see how calmful I am with that 10%. Then gradually it becomes 20%, 30%, 40%, like that. You can't immediately take that away. It will go slowly. You have to wait. You have to concentrate. You have to contemplate. So that is what we have to do. Then Buddha says, once you are doing that, you get the results. What's the results? Atta. Atta is, I said, Atta is coolness. In English, you can say, I'm now cool. But that means I'm very calm. Atta samma panidita. So I use my I use my I use my abilities. Panya. Panidita means I use my knowledge and the abilities to bring that up, bring the calmness up. So I'm bringing my calmness instead of sticking to that proudness. So proudness goes, calmness comes, then you have solved the problem to a certain extent. So I just use that coolness, but it is, this common word in day-to-day talking, but don't consider that as Buddha's one. Calmness is different to coolness because calmness is no attachment. No attachment. Calmness comes when the attachment is gone, the full calmness. So are you happy with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So first one said, now see, we recall what Buddha said in the first one. Asevanacha balanam panditanancha sevana pujacha pujaniyanam etam mangala muttama. That is the first one. What it says is associate with
Rupa.
wholesome actions and the perfections.
Oh.
That's the first instruction. So associate with these. That means go through that you have learned about kama, tanna, rati, raga, lobha, desa, moha, matsarya, krodha, vaira, and say to yourself, no, I'm not going to associate with them because it brings me krodha, vaira, retaliation and anger. No, that's not my path. Then go to the next one. 5 hindrances, kamachanda, vyapada, tinamiddu, uddhachu. No, not that. So just going through that is okay. You're not attached to that. So you can go through that. You're not attaching. Just means mentioning by yourself to you. You are telling you, not anybody else. Then Buddha says, don't go to the 10 fetters. That is Sakkayaditya, Vijigicca, Silabbata, Paramasa, Kama, Tiga, Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mahanuddhacha, Avidya. Why? If I go
Yeah.
along that, I go to Avidya, Avidya Patya Sankara. Then I had to go along the Paticca Samuppada or the dependent origination, I don't know. whether it makes sense, the translation. So I would like to say Paticca Samuppada. So I don't want any of those things. What I'm looking for, wholesome actions, dana, sila, bhavana, pattidana, pattan, modana. Even if I read those things, when I think about those things, my system get very relaxed. No defilements, no bad feelings, no ambiguities, no hindrances. How good that is. So you have to say to yourself. So you are telling to yourself. So then you say to yourself, perfections. How good are they? What's the final point or the final destination of perfections? Well, it is equanimity. If I can live with equanimity, I won't suffer. So you say to them. So it's repetitively Buddha is telling all these things in a different manner. So that is what at the beginning Buddha trained this person to go back to where he started at, to come to this point much easier. So those are looking at the bad or papa kamma and the punya kamma. Papa kamma and the punya kamma. We studied that. Look at the papa kamma, what they do. Look at the punya kamma, what they do to you. So that's the very first instruction given by Buddha in this particular sutra. Asevanacha balana, panditanancha sevana, pujacha pujaniyana means respect that 10 wholesome and 10 perfections. Pujacha pujaniyana. Offer everything that you have got from your mind, not physical things. You can't offer anything to yourself. You have to offer the respect, the integrity, your, everything through your system to these particular teachings. So that is pujacha pujaniyana, means that thereby your system get calm, peaceful. You feel it. You feel it. You can experience that. At the beginning, you experience that. So that is what the very first verse tells us. That is for everybody, not for that particular monk only who brought the question. It is for everybody who are living in this world. These particular instructions are valid. They are very well forwarded by Buddha. So therefore, asevanacha balanang panditanancha sevana pujacha pujaniyana etam mangala muttama. All right?
Actually, not follow up because the language issue. And if you use the English, and I can follow up, but sometimes I'm in the thought of which word, which multi language you're talking about, so I get lost. Sorry.
So that part is, I'm explaining what those sounds of the verse is telling us.
Ah,
Now I was explaining what those sounds of the words are telling us by the Buddha expressed in Magadhi language. Asevanacha balana, panditananja sevana, pujacha pujaniyanang etam mangala muttama. Now, what Buddha said, asevanacha balana, don't associate. Asevana means don't associate with bad actions in very simple terms.
okay,
Asevanacha balana. Panditanancha means the good actions which will give you calmness. Who are giving the good actions? Dana, Sila, Bhavana, Pattidana, Pattanu, Modana. We have studied that and the 10 perfections. Dhanang, Silancha, Nikkammang, Panya, Vidhi.
yeah,
We studied. I'm recalling what we have studied. So,  Balanam, Panditanancha, Sevana. That Sevana means associate. Asevanacha balana. Asevanacha means asevanacha. Asevanacha. Sevanacha means associate. Asevanacha means no association. Don't associate.
Oh,
Asevanacha. Asevanacha and Sevanacha. Look at these four. Asevanacha balana.
I see.
Panditananta sevana. Now see, it starts with asevana, asevana, cha.
What is it?
But sevana. So that means asevana means don't associate with bad actions. Asevana cha balana. What to associate? Sevana pandita. Panditanancha sevana. That's how it is given in Magadhi language. So associate with good ones, not bad ones. Do not associate. Asevana. That's right. Do not associate. Asevana. The
Mm.
second
A
one says,
seven, it means the unwholesome actions.
not asevana means unwholesome action. What's it? Asevana means don't associate. Asevana.
Oh, it's a verb.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
associate.
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a verb. Asevanacha. Balana means bala. Bala means low, low grade. Bala. Very low. What is low? All the 10 defilements are very low because they are bringing worse results to a life. We are very low.
Mm. Very low. Yes.
It's there are so many words for that, So low, very very destructive. You can put all these names. It's destructing. It's bringing hindrances. You name everything is there. It's very low, low level. What is high level? High level is Buddha's teachings. I'm not talking about other high levels normally, what we call. High level ones are the awesome actions and the perfections. Why they are high? Because they are great. Why? Because they bring calmness. When you practice
Mm.
them, they bring calmness to your system. That
Yeah.
means you get health, not wealth. You get healthy system. Healthy system. What is healthy system? That is your particles of the system. The physical system is not vibrating. It's not compressing. It's not squeezing. It's not vibrating. It's no warming up. Nothing like that happening. You sleep well. You get up well. So these are happening in your system. So therefore, they are healthy. So asevanacha balana panditananja means that. Pandita means giving good health, not wealth. They won't give wealth, but they will give health. Healthy system. When I say healthy system, your blood pressure is good, your six sensors are calm. They are not jumping here and there. Six sensors, they are not going after rupa and bring the sorrow. So if you don't manage them properly, they collect all the garbage from the outside and bring it in and give you suffering. That's what Buddha said. So all this garbage collected from the outside as rupa, bringing us unhappiness. So that's why Buddha said to that person first, Asevana cha balanang panditanang cha sevana, puja cha puja niyana. Respect that concept, respect that norm, respect that method, respect that way of living. Puja ja puja niyana.
Mm-hmm.
Give every effort to go along that. That's what it really means. Put your all efforts to go along that path to build up awesome actions and perfections, please. That is the request by Buddha at the very beginning. So that is the
Yes.
first part. Now see, this particular question has got 11 answers. Answer has, 11 sentences or 11 verses. 11, yeah, 11, not 10. Because all are 12 altogether. Now see, nearly 10. 10 verses are used by the Buddha to bring this person onto the right track and achieve what he's looking for, Nibbana. Now, in that question, he said, if you look at the question again, he said, I got stuck, I can't move. To make my, go to the question again, please. Okay, go to the question I gave you this day before yesterday. So it's not a bad thing to go there.
Yesterday?
Hmm.
Oh, you mean this one? This
Mhm.
question?
Yeah, little bit down, further
A
down.
bit down.
Yeah,
Sorry.
next paragraph.
Next one.
Yeah, that's the one. Now see, look at that question. So you have to always look at the question very carefully. You can't just go to the answers straight away. You go to the answer, come back to the question, go to the answer, come back to the question, go back to the question, come back to the answer. You go up and down until you are satisfied.
Yeah.
You have to concentrate on that to get the right answer. So if the answer is wrong, you can straight away detect that particular thing is wrong or right. No matter who wrote uh, about this sutra, you can check by yourself. That should answer. Now see, look at that. How do I become a neutral blissful?
Mm.
What is looking for? I want to become a neutral blissful, eternally very well relieved from all impurities. Eternally. Entire, eternally means I don't want to have at any point this particular thing coming into me. In my entire life here or in the next life. Eternally very well relieved from all impurities. Unbiasedly joyful. I want to become joyful, but without attaching to anything. That means Buddha has used that particular word joyful. That's the only English word we can get uh, in the Mahasatipatthana Sutra. Buddha mentioned about uh, experiencing the happiness, but when I say happiness, the term it won't give the right meaning. That happiness Buddha was talking is when you have eradicated all the attachments, that relief that you get, it is not a feeling. Buddha specifically said it's not a feeling. It's a feelingless, unbiased, feelingless, some sort of
Fabulous. Yes,
feeling,
yes.
feelingless experience. So, what this particular monk was aiming for, I would like to be a neutrally blissful, neutrally, eternally very well relieved from all impurities and also unbiasedly joyful, supreme, sublime human being by eliminating those obstructive levels of proudness and overconfidence or joyfulness that incurred specially due to being a well controlled person of my own process of this very system. So if you read that several times, we know what the problem is. We can see what that monk is aiming for. So now the question is, will the answers will allow that monk to get that or go to that destination or reach that destination? What is the destination? It has got three things: neutrally blissful, eternally very well relieved from impurities, unbiasedly joyful, supreme person. It's always good to go
Yes.
backwards and forwards. Then you clear your mind. You can get you all the uh, things clarified very well. So with that thought or with that information, you have to go and see the very first part of the answer. I would say very first part of the answer of Buddha. Asevanacha balana. Okay, don't associate with things. Why Buddha said that? Whether you get happiness or whether you get anger, the results are the same, according to Buddha. If you get happiness, what happens? If you get happiness by doing something, you are going to maintain that happiness. I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. If somebody, say a tennis player, when the tennis player wins the cup, he may be very happy, of course. What's the next thing he has to do? He has to keep that position for a longer period. How much stress is there?
Yes,
That's what
he
Buddha said.
cannot guarantee. Yeah.
That guarantee, if you lose, you might cry. We have seen that. Some people cry. So why they are crying? The winner, the champion is crying in the next match or next tournament. Why?
Ah,
Why? Happiness goes for unhappiness, sorrowfulness. That's why Buddha said, whether you are happy or unhappy, both are ending sorrowfully, unfortunately.
yes.
So there are so many things
Depends
we
on
can see,
the situation.
Yeah. So, so that's not easy to
Not easy.
to bear losing. When you now say there is a person who has not played tennis anymore, in his whole her life. That person is not having any problems with that situation.
Yeah.
But that person may be the second person may be doing, playing just for joy, playing a couple of matches, whether I lose or win, who cares? So no problem. So compare
Mm.
those two situations. So no attachment to win, no attachment to lose. So whether I lose or win, I don't care. So that is no attachment. If you got attachment,
Oh,
you have to put a lot of effort to getting to that.
yes.
So we'll have the discussion tomorrow. I go on a bit fast. Sorry, the past the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And cause of the language issue. But if you use the English and with that sentence, there is no unfamiliar Magadi. Yeah, I can follow you. Sorry about that.
That's all right. It happens. Bhagavad, not only you. There are so many people find it very hard to understand Magadhi because
Mm.
it sounds different. It has got different sounds. It's not telling with English or any other language.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries about that because, as you know, because of your patience and your repetition, yeah, we can got it at last. We can get it
Yeah,
last.
yeah,
Yeah.
you will, because I repeat so many times. I want to
Sorry.
get into that. No, don't worry. So we'll work together. We'll work together. So I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you all. Yeah, I'm with you all to see you're getting the things right. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay,
Okay.
and before ending tonight's lecture, I'd like to do the prayer.
Okay.
Yeah, blessed by the Buddha's wonderful teachings, and especially to, remove the 10 defilements and to have the neutral bliss and such as this, and blessed by the commenter Benny's instruction, blessed by two doctors' compassion leading and inspiring. May Dr. Bodhi recover soon. Yeah, because recover from the recover his health and to be with us more and more longer. And may all sentient beings have the intention to achieve Bodhi and quickly realize their surpassed enlightenment. Thank you so much.
I'm
Thank
for the
you.
details here. Thank you so much. And all the best. Take care.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll
take
get there.
care.
Don't worry. you know, be strong.
Yeah, this is the warm up, right?
Yeah,
We
warm up.
will repeat.
No, it's all right. Don't worry. We'll come there. We'll go back to all the things that we have studied over and over again, and you finally you feel better. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I like your methodology to teach us because you just use the quote the 25 months and also how the 25 months to be mentioned to be referred in the sutures. Yes, very interesting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. All the best. Take care. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Good
good
night.
night.
Good night.